SimCity. Kick it back on your tablet and build cities while your parents are writing a divorce settlement in the background. EA Sports is a very famous company in its innovation.
Don't like me, but I don't care.
In this video, we will go through the timelines of the SimCity series, trying to answer why did it die so quickly? What made Cities Skylines the prime game to take its spot? How could an era of dominance like that just come to an end? If you could please leave a like on the video, that would help so much for pushing this video to others. Some people think The Sims was the parent game for SimCity, but it's actually the other way around. Maxis Games developed the first simulated city builder. This means that it did very well for video game release in 1990. Hell, the game even had Easter eggs on the Super Nintendo. You could get your city attacked by Bowser. How would this game not be popular? This game was very simplistic compared to today, but it was in-depth for the time. You could fill out your entire map of people and destroy it with disasters, or sit back and show off your utter dominance of managing macroeconomics. The freedom the game provided made it as fun as you wanted it to be. The game sold 1 million copies before the year 2000. Maxis was looking to capitalize on this masterpiece of a game and made The Sims, which would prove to be an amazing choice as it became another hit. SimCity 2000 was released in 1993. It changed from flat map to elevated map, meaning hills or mountains and whatnot. They also changed the camera angle from a bird's eye view to a fixed 3D point view, making the graphics look better. They added so many assets and incorporated urban decay. The game also allowed grid zoning instead of placing blocks of zoning. In-game newspaper. It also had disaster scenarios, which is just a great idea. All of this leading to a grand total of 1.4 million copies sold, making it the 9th ranked video game in the USA at the time. All of this success, Maxis sold out to EA to quote-unquote tap into a larger market. This was in the middle of the development of the next SimCity 3000, and EA does what EA does best, laying off half of Maxis' staff right before their next release. SimCity 3000 was released in 1999, and the sequel pretty much just expanded upon the game, keeping all the recognizable factors of the last release. It added more assets and updated the coloring of the map. That's it. They also added world landmarks to the game, but they were free. They featured buildings like the Notre Dame, the World Trade Center, and the Statue of Liberty. Despite the lack of changes, it still sold 1 million copies, and it also released on the iPhone and iPod in 2008. SimCity 4, not 4000, I don't know why they didn't keep on going with the thousands. The game came with new game modes: My Sim mode, God mode, Mayor mode, and Sicko mode.
No, don't do it!
I don't want to do this no more.
That's it for changes. Literal copy and paste. I do have to point out that the graphics look really good for a game made in 2003. SimCity 2013. This is the final SimCity game we will talk about, even though I have fond memories of the mobile version. At this point, people have been talking about how there needs to be a more in-depth game for everyone. Well, here goes the changes. EA added a rotating camera, a new UI based off of Google Maps, and multiplayer. But it wasn't really multiplayer because you're all playing on different maps and single player. The only thing that is multiplayer about it is the export and import of different resources. This made the economy more complex and not fun for friends. That's it. Not to mention, it was released on EA's new game store, Origin. They had a mod store. Nobody used it because all the mods were hosted on Origin. The game didn't really change, and the game requires an internet connection to play. EA's platform that you would download the game from would often stutter because it couldn't connect to EA Games servers. Sounds like every other EA game I've ever heard of. The servers sending out the downloads were the same ones used to host all the players, meaning the game was laggy on release and prone to crashing no matter what if you were lucky enough to get it to launch. But the players were stuck. EA said that they wouldn't offer refunds for any users, and everybody was outraged because the game was as expensive as hell. All of these factors pretty much shattered the remaining respect SimCity had. They were living off respect from 2003. There was no expansion that could save this game. Paradox Interactive approved the development of a game in works after the failure of SimCity in 2013. This game would become Cities Skylines. The game had a variety of features in common with SimCity, but it had a distinctly different feel. The game didn't feel so cartoonish, and most importantly, it didn't require you to be online. A big impact of Cities Skylines' success is that it was launched on Steam, meaning users could use the already familiar Steam Workshop and the easy-to-use asset creator built into the game. A common trend that we see in Paradox games is that they heavily rely on the modding community for players to come back playing their game, and it works. The UI in the Cities Skylines was way cleaner, and the zoning was much easier. Instead of having to drag your mouse across each road you made in SimCity, now you can just drag a box in Cities Skylines. The AI, the game had made the city feel more populated than it actually is, and the map was much larger than the ones provided in SimCity. The game had a social media function, which may be the most annoying thing now, but yeah, it was still annoying back then. The lowest review of a certified game company was by GameSpot, saying, "Now this is more like it. Cities Skylines managed to hook me due to its authenticity, unlike the latest SimCity, which was far too fantastical." Most of this review is about how terrible SimCity is. Cities Skylines had 57,000 players playing on release. This record still hasn't been broken by itself. Paradox, doing what Paradox does best, made 13 paid updates, aka DLCs. After Dark was released on the 24th of September 2015, and it added specialization to tourism and leisure activities. It also adds realism factors, like criminals will be taken from the police buildings to the prison, excluding a trial completely, which is still based. Snowfall was released after 2016's New Year's and added more weather to the game, streetcars and trams, and more requirements for the function of your city, like heating and snow plowing. Pretty pointless DLC, because I don't see nobody using it. Natural disasters was something lacking from the SimCity games compared to Cities Skylines, and Paradox would 100% capitalize on it, and it made a DLC. But it would be a good thing for the game, because watching someone cause pain and suffering to thousands of citizens is pretty entertaining, I have to admit.
So I hope you're ready for this, Spain. Oh damn, my factory actually got set on fire down here, but I'm sure that fire won't spread anywhere. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, Spain actually looks like I've just left it in the toaster for a minute too long.
Oh my god, we just punched a hole in the side of it. Oh god. Oh yeah, that's drained her. It's done it. Welcome to West Virginia.
Oh, this is bad luck. I want to see what the a 6.0 severity tornado looks like.
Holy shit, that's a lot bigger than I thought it was! Obama's!
Yeah, rest in peace, I guess. Mass transit added blimps and ferries and some more road options. Are these even DLCs? Because I feel like all these features are unused, man. I ain't see nobody using a blimp to transport your citizens anywhere, bro. Green Cities added some solar panels for roofs and about 300 more assets. Paradox, how do you get away with this, man? I don't know. Boosting them profits, really. Park Life added parks and more pain and suffering for the people. Now you can force a citizen to pay the government just to walk to your job. You can make some pretty beautiful stuff here. Industries DLC actually added content to the game. It added a revamped industry system that you could either completely ignore and be just fine, or implement and profit big time. I think in one of my games I invested like 50,000 into a farming area and I earned like 150,000 in 2 years time. Yeah, pretty balanced Paradox, but you know, good change. I like money. The campus DLC made education kind of make sense. You could build trade schools, universities, and liberal arts stuff, but now you get to manage more buildings just for the school's reputation. At least they diversified the sports that you would let your citizens play in the city. Sunset Harbor added a fishing industry, ship processing, more bus routes, and small plane owners. I don't get how they keep on selling these DLCs, cause most of the changes in this DLC only affect you if you have the previous DLCs. Their latest release, airports, what did it do? You can customize your airport and build the roads and place the hangars and make a snake terminal. The end of the DLCs, I have no idea what the next DLC will be, but please be something a little more game changing. The game being based off of a grid like SimCity allows the game to be played by controller, increasing its market reach outside of the exclusive club of computer gamers. Cities Skylines released to the PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo over a 1-year period, but because the consoles couldn't have the mods added to the game, they would either be forced to buy expansions or just stop playing. Anyways, it's pretty much impossible for Cities Skylines to die because it is a zero competition market. They don't have any competitors, meaning that they can get away with terrible DLCs no matter what. Make sure to follow the Twitch, the Twitter, and subscribe. Okay, this video took forever to make. I'm hyped for the next video because, you know, the guy I'm making it on actually might help out in the process of making it, which will make it so much better. So, you know, turn on your notifications. Be ready for that, bro. I'm hyped. I'm still not sure if I should continue on with the video essays. So if you think yes, comment no. And if you think no, comment yes.